On a crisp Friday morning in 2015, Michigan farmer James Bristle set out with two of his friends to dig up part of his soybean field. It was the kind of morning made for hard work, cool, quiet, and full of energy. James had been meaning to get this task done for a while, and with his friends there to help, the day seemed off to a promising start. But shortly after they began digging, James struck something solid beneath the soil. At first, they assumed it was an old, bent fence post. As they cleared away the dirt, however, they were shocked to uncover a massive rib bone. Confused but intrigued, the men tried to guess what they had found. Joking turned to awe when they realized the size and condition of the bone suggested it belonged to something ancient and rare. James's young grandson ran down to the field when he heard the excitement, and a stunned reaction said it all. The boy stood frozen, mouth wide open, amazed at the sight. None of the men knew exactly what they had unearthed, but it was clear this wasn't something ordinary. Assuming they might need expert help, James reached out to the University of Michigan's paleontology department. A team of scientists, led by Professor Dan Fisher, soon arrived on the scene. When they saw the size and shape of the rib bone, they were immediately intrigued. Although the scientists didn't say much at first, their silent fascination said everything. Dan finally spoke, saying he believed there could be more bones buried nearby, and asked for permission to dig further. James agreed, and the excavation began with urgency. They had just one day to uncover whatever they could. The university team, joined by a local excavator, got to work in the muddy field. As they dug deeper, their excitement grew. Then, a worker suddenly shouted. Everyone rushed over to see what he had found, a massive tusk sticking out of the soil. That discovery confirmed the team's suspicions. Dan announced that the bones likely belonged to a woolly mammoth that had roamed the earth some 10,000 to 15,000 years ago. He explained that it might have been hunted and placed in a pond to preserve the meat, as evidenced by possible butchering marks on the rib. The team uncovered even more remains: the skull, shoulder blades, part of the spine, and two enormous tusks. While some bones like the hind legs and feet were missing, the find was still remarkably intact and scientifically valuable. Dan believed the mammoth may have been a Jeffersonian mammoth, a rare hybrid between the woolly and Columbian mammoths, showing features of both. As news of the discovery spread, crowds began visiting James's farm. Neighbors, teachers, parents, even a man in hospice, each drawn by the chance to see history up close. The bones had captured the imagination of an entire community. Eventually, James made the generous decision to donate the skeleton to the University of Michigan for research and preservation. His choice ensured that scientists could continue studying the find and that future generations could learn from it. What began as a simple morning of digging transformed into one of the most significant paleontological discoveries in Michigan's history, all because one farmer refused to give up and kept digging.